Okay, pancake engineers, the day has come. We've asked, we've imagined, we planned, we started to create, and today we are going to improve till we get to the perfect pancake, which means we really need to keep our eye on this goal. What is it that we're trying to actually accomplish? Previously, we talked about how the perfect pancake is fluffy, golden brown, and delicious. These were our measurable criteria for success. And what we need to do right now is to really focus in on how we're going to measure each of those in practice. When we're talking about fluffiness, we talked about measuring the height of the pancake. And so one way that you can do that is to stick a toothpick in or a fork and mark the height that it goes with your little fingernail, pull it out, and then place that toothpick right next to a ruler, and maybe a centimeter ruler with those little tiny markings on it. Each one of those is 1 millimeter. So you can see that this one went 1, 2, 3, 4.5 millimeters. And then you can write that down. How do you figure out if a color is golden brown? That's a lot like trying to figure out whether or not Chloe is a blonde or a brunette. Reasonable people can have a reasonable disagreement about this. The way to resolve that conflict is to look at a full spectrum of Chloes, from the brunette to the blonde to what Marie Claire has identified as halvesies. And then when you look at this picture in the middle, it's much clearer where she falls on that spectrum at any given point in time. We do the same thing with pancake colors. It's like going to the paint store, and we can talk about having a color chart. It gets a little bit complicated, of course, with different parts of the pancake having slightly different colors, but go ahead and tell me which colors you think each of these 4 pancakes are using our color code right here. Now, deliciousness. How do you go measuring that? Well, it's important to note that engineering is not a purely objective process. It involves designing things for people. You're a person. You want a pancake that you like, and your subjective preference matters. It matters in engineering in a way that it really doesn't matter for science. But in engineering, something like a pancake rating system from 1 to 4 stars is a perfectly reasonable thing to include in our process where we decide which solution is best. When you put all that together, you might get a data table that looks something like this, and you can take a quick screenshot of it and fill it out. You've got the amount of oat flour, wheat flour, water, the amount of fruit puree, baking powder, vanilla. You can record the thickness, the color, and your deliciousness rating, and any notes that you have about the pancake. And we want to do this for each one of our revisions to our pancake. The reason we want to track all of these things about each revision of the pancake is because we need to be thinking about what is causing our pancakes to change from one round to the next. Every time you put a pancake on the griddle, I want you to be thinking about the amount of each ingredient. For example, what caused this stack of pancakes to be less fluffy than the pancake there? Which ingredient was changed? Or did this pancake use baking powder? What's your evidence? You're going to carefully record your ingredients and your result, and after each pancake asked, what changed compared to my previous design? What caused that change, and what still needs to improve? So get out your griddle, get out your pancake ingredients, and start making pancakes. What was your final, most successful pancake recipe? Here's a quick quiz question. Which ingredient or ingredients helped turn the pancake color towards golden brown? Tell me about a time when you added too much of a certain ingredient to the batter. What happened? And how did you change things up next time? And did that help?